Most UAP cases are usually associated with events that challenge our understanding of the skies. However, there are extremely anomalous cases in our oceans that deserve proper attention, one of them being a strange unidentified object spotted by the USS Omaha off the coast of San Diego. In July 2019, the USS Omaha recorded a UFO, or UAP, unidentified anomalous phenomenon, that flew over a Navy fleet near San Diego and vanished into the ocean without a trace.
The video, initially released by Jeremy Corbell and verified by the Pentagon, shows a capability that threatens U.S. maritime security, which is already weakened by our relative ignorance of the global ocean, said oceanographer and retired Rear Admiral Tim Gallaudet. The fact that unidentified objects with inexplicable characteristics are entering U.S. waters and the DoD isn't raising a major red flag is a sign the government isn't sharing everything it knows about anomalous phenomena across all domains, Gallaudet wrote in his March 2024 report. Pilots, reliable observers, and calibrated military instruments have recorded objects accelerating at incredible speeds and crossing the air-sea interface in ways impossible for anything man-made, Gallaudet wrote in his report. They defy physics and are vastly superior in terms of engineering and materials needed to create such craft that could potentially revolutionize virtually every aspect of human life, from air and sea transportation to energy generation and agriculture, he argues. To address the scientific and security challenges, transmedium UAPs and USOs must be elevated to national ocean research priorities, Gallaudet urges. A Fox News report presents unbelievable accounts of how these objects seem to defy everything we know, such as entering the ocean at astonishing aerial speeds without making any impact sound, possibly one of the most surprising anomalous cases. That's why we'll now examine Tim Gallaudet's report on UAPs.
Tim Gallaudet states in his document that studying the oceans may be essential for better understanding unidentified anomalous phenomena, UAP, especially those that move between air and water, transmedium, or are submerged, USOs, unidentified submersible objects.
Although the ocean covers 71% of the Earth, only 25% of the seafloor has been mapped to modern standards, and only 5% of the ocean's volume has been explored. We know more about the surface of the Moon and Mars than about the Earth's ocean floor. This lack of knowledge compromises national security, as demonstrated by the USS San Francisco 2005 and USS Connecticut 2021 submarine accidents, which collided with unmapped undersea mountains. The report also warns of threats to undersea cables and military movements by nations like China, Russia, and North Korea.
Could the oceans host marine life forms that evolved to achieve consciousness? Complex marine life has existed for hundreds of millions of years. Animals like octopuses, cetaceans, whales, dolphins, and even some fish species show high levels of intelligence, memory, learning, complex communication. Octopuses, for example, are considered extremely intelligent. They solve problems, use tools, and possess advanced cognitive abilities. They live in varied environments, including deep waters. The evolution of consciousness, the ability to have an internal sense of self and plan actions, might not be exclusive to the Earth's surface.
To create advanced technology like engines, materials, and instruments, we usually assume fire manipulation is necessary, which is very difficult underwater. But that's a land-based view based on our evolutionary path. In theory, a marine species could develop alternative technologies, such as biotechnology, manipulating living organisms, materials extracted from minerals on the seafloor, like metal nodules, geothermal energy from hydrothermal vents, acoustic technology leveraging how sound travels better in water than in air, and alternative forms of communication, nonverbal, bioelectric-based, like in certain fish.
Given the data presented, it's clear we're only beginning to understand what really happens in the depths of our planet. The ocean remains Earth's last great mystery, a vast, unknown environment where life forms or technologies that challenge everything we know might reside.
If the objects captured by the USS Omaha and other warships aren't human-made and don't obey the physical laws we know, then maybe it's time to consider hypotheses that once seemed improbable, like the existence of non-human intelligences native to the ocean, having evolved in a completely different way. Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain. The study of UAPs and USOs could not only enhance our maritime security, but also pave the way for a new scientific revolution, and perhaps a new way of understanding our place on planet Earth. We are prepared to look up at the sky, but maybe the answer has been waiting for us right here, in the depths of the ocean.